There it is. There it is. There it is. What's up, everybody? You know who I am. You know what this is. It is, in fact, Midnight Mentorship. And I'm honored. I am honored. I am honored to be here with you. You know what I need to do. I need to ask you to go ahead and quickly hit that share button, tag some friends that are up. You're up for a reason. And let's have a conversation as you come in. We're on multiple platforms and pages. But as you come in, let me know where you're watching from. Say something. It's too late for you to be on here and be quiet. So since you're here, let's have a conversation. Christopher, good evening. Marvian, good morning. That shows the width of our reach. For some of y'all, it's good evening. For some of y'all, it's good morning. Ricardo, God bless you, man. Good to see you. Sister Matthews in Charleston. Hey, Michon, good to see you. EBS in Conyers. All right. Who else is here? Numbers going up. Come on, you know what to do. Greenville, North Carolina. Vegas is here. What's up, Pastor Fitzgerald? Good to see you, man. I know that's a Virginia person. Derek in New York. Okay. Who else is here? Let's run it up. Let's run it up. Let's run it up. Let's run it up. Is Rona Franks? Hey, good to see you. Who else is here? Aaliyah said straight out of Dallas. Love y'all. Good to see you, Dallas. Justin Barnes in Kentucky. What's up, man? Bishop Charles Dickerson in Sacramento. Good to see you. Cavius, blessings to you. Who else is here? I'm gonna run this for 60 seconds. And then I'm going to get into it because it is midnight mentorship, which means it's late in the evening time. Robert in Chicago. What's up, man? Barry, bless you. And I got to be on a plane in a few hours. Yeah, I'm going to get your name right one day. I'm sorry. You look like it is Rona. So, just Izzy. How about that? Izzy Franks. Thank you for the hint in the middle name. Paul in Augusta. What's up, man? Springfield, Massachusetts. Here with your guys. All right. Manny, what's up, man? Good to see you. Okay. We can do that part all night. That's not what I'm on here for. I want to get right to it. It is, again, Newark, New Jersey. Hey, what's up, Arnold? It's good to see y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. Gabriella in San Antonio. All right. All right. All right. All right. Yeah, let's keep sharing. I know what to do. But I want to come on here and share as I have been doing really all week for the last, let me see, I think maybe since Thursday. I've been consistently on here, rain, shine, sleepy, tired, comatose. I've been on here. Hey, Marciana. And the results, the responses have been absolutely overwhelming of people that have expressed just growth as a result of what we've been sharing in these midnight mentorship sessions. And so I thought it not robbery, to come back to you on a Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, to share some things that are on my heart. Hey, Nate and Troy, good to see you guys. And so, as we always do, I want to invite you quickly, get some kind of note-taking device. We delete these typically off of Facebook in the morning because I, like to be kind of transparent here and share some things that I don't necessarily want the general public, the daytime dwellers, right, to see. There's some things that I think are for those of us that are burning the midnight oil. And hey, Stephen Boone, good to see you. Dave, I didn't know I was. I got these things in. It's very loud. I didn't know. He said, "Why are you whispering?" I didn't know I was. I'm very sorry. Let me take one of these out. It's very, very. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, it's better. I promise I wasn't trying to whisper, man. Very sorry. Uh, that's my brother. But at any rate, I want to talk tonight um, about something that about something that's very important. And let's just get right into it. Hey, Nick Gordon. Hey, Donnell. Good to see you, man. I want to talk very quickly about why. I'll give you 3 reasons your conference is not working. Okay. Get something to write this down. Get something to capture this. I want to give you 3 reasons your conference is not working. Now, let's just go ahead and start here. I don't say this to, I don't even know what the word is. I don't say this to boast or to brag or to flex or to flaunt or to do any of that. But I am convinced now more than ever, hey, Shaquan, that fruit and credibility have to matter. Hey, Ebony, I'm going to say that again. If this is going to be a mentorship moment for you, let me say this one more time emphatically. We must at some point restore the necessity of fruit and a history of production. The beautiful thing about the internet, social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all it is that it gives everybody a voice. I was on a session earlier tonight, and one of the panelists said this, and it's so true. The beautiful thing about this, the best thing about this, is that it gives everybody a voice. The worst thing, however, is that it gives everybody a voice. And as a consequence, we've given out voices with no vetting. Yeah. And so anybody with a page, anybody with an IP address can be an expert in any subject matter, an expert in any field or industry, regardless of whether or not they have produced anything of substance. And so I don't ever want to take it for granted that you all are hanging out with me at almost 1 a.m. Eastern, and just assume that you know who I am or what God has used us to do. But when I talk about conferences, I'm talking about them from the perspective of someone that founded one from nothing. When I say founded, I mean founded, right? We started with 50 people in the meeting room of a DoubleTree hotel. And within the span of just a few years, what's up, Silas? We had grown to over 5,000 people in a convention center, 5,000 people from 22 countries, 49 states in the union, everywhere but South Dakota. I'm still mad about that, right? But at any rate, we went from a budget of $2,170. And I was in sackcloth and ashes, weeping and wailing, trying to figure out how in the world I'm going to raise $2,170. We went from that budget to a 7-figure budget. Now do the math, carry the one. Yeah. That's 1 million plus. Okay. Never had a deficit. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me now. Never gone in the negative, never been in the red, never had to have sit down meetings with speakers and explain what had happened was as to why we couldn't pay the honorariums of the bills. God was faithful. But hear me, part of his faithfulness is demonstrated through his willingness to share strategy with you. Can I tell you late night tonight that God is a master strategist? Everything he does is strategic. Can I say that to you? Everything he does is strategic. Even in your life, if you haven't shared, let's do that. Even in your life, the things that you've gone through, the things that you survived, the things that you've overcome, right? The things that you've gone through. Some of you watching late night right now have gone through things, and I don't mean this to be flip or I don't want to come across as less than caring, But let's just tell the truth. Some of you all have survived things that killed other people. Come on here. Some of you all in this room, Zoom room, whatever you want to call this stream, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, whatever page you're watching on, some of you have gone through things that other people died in. And can I submit to you that part of the reason for that is because God is strategic? Can I submit to you that if you had not gone through, and I'm not trying to preach to you tonight, but I need you to hear this. If you had not gone through some of the things that you went through, you wouldn't be able to help the masses that you're going to reach. God is strategic, and I'm hallelujah. I'm not trying to. This is informational, not inspirational. But I feel something sneaking up on me here because some of you all listening to me now. Hey, I love you. Some of you listening to me now have questioned repeatedly whether or not God hated you. How is it I'm doing all of this? I'm doing the best I know to do. I'm living the best I know to live. I'm trusting, I'm giving, I'm sowing, I'm doing all of these things. And yet here I am. I'm saying it to you again. God is a strategist. You got through that so that somebody that comes after you will have an advocate and an example to say God can. How do you know? Because God did. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, yeah. Some of y'all need to just type that out in the comments real quick. God did. God did. You are, hallelujah, you are evidence of the past tense power of God. Whew. Lord, I thank you. You right now, sitting where you are, watching on that phone, tablet, device, television, you are evidence, you are proof of the past tense power of God. You, lady, gentleman, brother, sister, elder, pastor, entrepreneur, business owner, nurse, school teacher, mechanic, whoever you are, whatever you do, you are fruit of the fact that God is still able. Yeah. And so I feel God in here tonight, y'all. Hallelujah. If y'all haven't shared, I need y'all to share that now. Tag somebody there. But with that in mind, I honestly, not even being funny, that thing got so good to me just now, I forgot everything I was about to say to y'all. I don't even know where I was going. Well, I don't know, but I feel that thing. You were proof positive that God still can. He is not retired. He has not missed a step. God is not in hospice. Hello. God is not on life support. Yeah. But anyway, credibility. There it is. Credibility. There it is. There it is. I say that to say that it's important that we emphasize again fruit, credibility. That's where I was going. Thank you, Jesus. Some of you all, because God is strategic, some of you went through what you went through so that you could produce, there's the word, a certain level and a certain quality of fruit. And so I'm saying it again. The reason I talked about conferences is because I founded one that literally grew to thousands of people. And I'm not talking about over a 40, 50-year span. In the span of a decade, we were filling convention centers. We were hosting some of the biggest names in ministry and music and marketing. We've had Grammy winners come. I mean, just amazing, right? We've given away or really paid off, I should say. Hey, Dr. McCoy, millions of dollars worth of medical debt to help citizens. We've hosted United States senators and Congressman John Lewis. We were, I think, the last faith-based conference before he passed. Just all God, all God. And so I enter these conversations with you from the lens of someone that has done it at a high level. Okay. Now, again, part of the reason I only do these late at night is because I need to kind of sort through the riffraff. You being up tonight gives me a chance to make several assumptions about you. Some of you, you're up right now and you worked all day at a 9 to 5, pushing somebody else's vision. But some of you are up because this is the hour This is the space where you work on your vision. Yeah, for some of you, this is the time that you're feeding what it is God has put in front of you. And so I want to speak to you all, and I want to give you three reasons why your conferences might not be working. Okay, I want to give you three reasons. Now, even as I'm sharing this, let me throw this at you because some of you need to move now. We made it available the other night, and people went so crazy that I'm going to do it again to bless some of y'all tonight. Talking about conferences, I said, all the things we've done to the glory of God, but all of that wisdom, experience, knowledge, all of that. Yeah, I'm right. Okay, I got some witnesses in the comments. All of the blood, the sweat, the tears that we cried and bled and suffered for to grow that thing to the 5,000. We put all of that wisdom, I put all of that experience in a 74-page program called Conference in a Click. And that's exactly what it is. You click that download button and you have an entire conference at your fingertips. When I say entire, I mean entire. All of the emails that we used to communicate with speakers, to communicate with vendors, to communicate with attendees, we give them to you, right? All of the templates, the job descriptions, where people should be, the wardrobe attire, right? The run of show, the schedules, what time this group reports to that group. We've given you timelines, right? What you should have done a year before the event, 6 months before the event, 3 months before the event, a month before, the week before, the day up. We give it all to you. Okay. Um, how to manage your vendors, right? We even give you negotiation tactics and strategies for your venues, how to know which hotel to use and which not to use, right? We lit all of here's what we've done. My losses become your lessons. And really, that's the beauty of mentorship. Mentorship saves you time, heartbreak, and money. Why do we both have to make the same mistakes when I already made them? Okay. So, what I want you to hear, and the link is right there at the bottom of the screen, Conference in a Click, go there. I'm making it discounted for you guys tonight that are up with me. All you have to do, we reactivated the code, is enter GROW at checkout, and you're going to save $75 off of the entire thing. And when it's released, you're going to get a free copy of my new book, 10 Commandments for the Growing Church, which is absolutely going to be game changing. All right. But I think tonight we're only letting like 25 people use the code. So you need to go now, like right now. Okay. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to give you these three keys because you're going to hit share. Whenever you submit to a mentor, whenever you align yourself with the mentor, whenever you invest in products like this, what you're doing is more than buying a program. You're buying a cheat sheet. I want you to hear this. Okay. When you go right now, like you're doing now, and go to conferenceandclick.com and enter GROW at checkout and get that discount and open up all 74 pages. Those are not just pages. Yeah, they're beautiful, full color details, script. It's stuff that you can literally take our name off, put your name on, and it will work because it worked for us at a very high level. But when you do that, what you're doing is you're really investing in a cheat sheet. You're investing, it's almost as if you're hiring a consultant, listen, to help you with your conference that built one of thousands, millions of dollars, the whole nine, right? And so I want you to make that investment tonight. Go quickly. But let's go to work here. You came on for some notes. I'm going to give you some notes. First reason, this one's going, I don't know if y'all are going to hear this, but I got to say it. Okay. First reason your conference is not working is because you talk to people that you know aren't coming. I'm gonna make it make sense. Just get it. Too many of you are talking to people in your branding, in your marketing, in your advertising. You're talking to people that you know aren't coming. And what I want to challenge you to do, hear me, is you've got to learn how to speak to your audience. And when you learn to speak to your audience, you have to answer questions. Questions like, what gets my audience's attention? Okay. What is it that's going to intrigue what is the need of my audience? Okay. For example, watch this. I'm this is good. I'm gonna give you a real one right now. Let's see if you get it and respond. I just talked to you for about 5 minutes about why you should go get conferenceandaclick.com or Conference and a Click. It's my complete event hosting and management software. Okay. That's why you're up tonight. You know what I do when it comes to conferences. Okay. You know, Mark can, if he ain't gonna do nothing else, he gonna sell out a conference. They gonna be in there. They gonna have a good time, right? I told you it's got emails. Watch my point. It's a point in action. I told you it's got all the speaker confirmation. Some of y'all don't know how to host big name people. It's got all of that hosting protocol. What forms to send, to get their preferences, to get their travel stuff, all of that. You don't have to figure it out. It's all there. But yet and still, there are a lot of you that do conferences, that host conferences, and you know you need to do them better. But you haven't gone to conferenceandaclick.com. You haven't done. I even told you it's discounted right now. $75 off. Enter GROW at checkout. And I told you you can get a free copy of the new book, 10 Commandments for a Growing Church. But some of y'all haven't moved. You know why? Because for some of you, I'm not speaking your language yet. But if I were to go ahead and tell you, like I'm telling you now, that in this Conference and a Click program, we also show you how to make money so that you don't have to spend everything out of your own pocket. If I tell you that, hey, oh yeah, by the way, this thing that you're going to pay just a few dollars for, we used it to generate hundreds of thousands of dollars. There's some of you that are going to your laptop right now and say, oh, let me go ahead and get that. Why? Because I spoke your language. Some of you are saying, I don't need emails. I got emails. Yeah. Some of you are saying, I don't need to invite speakers. Our conference model doesn't require a lot of speakers. I don't need that part. But when I said, hey, it's going to show you how to be profitable so that you don't have to go in the negative every time, there are a lot of y'all, you perked up right there. You say, you know what? It's a discount right now tonight that's going to expire in a few people. Let me go on and grab that real quick. Conferenceandaclick.com. Let me go and get it. Why? Because I spoke to my audience. My audience, y'all are up at 1 a.m. Eastern. Why? And wait. You're not just up surfing on Netflix, watching Sports Center, right? You all are up, and where are you? You're in a session. That's what this is. This is a session. You're up getting an education at 1 a.m. What does that say? That says you're hungry. Now, I'm giving you a real life example. I'm giving you a masterclass right now if you're paying attention, right? The fact, I'm talking about identifying your audience. The fact that you're up at 1 a.m., not just, chilling, you're in class. That's what this is, Midnight Mentorship. This is a class. I'm teaching. And what that says again is that you're hungry. You want to learn. You want to know. Some of you watching, you're saying, look, I'm tired of not having more than what I have right now because I know I deserve it. I know I deserve it. To that person that just sold, same grace. I'm praying increase over you, that person that just sowed, in the name of Jesus. You can't sow in the good ground and God not give good harvest. Okay. So if I come on here at 1 a.m. Eastern, right, 10 Pacific, right, and I'm just talking about this and that and the colors of that's not speaking to y'all because you're like, hey, Mark, we hungry. How do we get to the yams, man? You remember the episode of Martin? when Varnell Hill came. He said, "You got a pool, Varnell?" No, we don't have a pool, but actually we have a lake out back. We call it Lake Varnell. Catfish are delicious. Right. Martin is all of us tonight. Hey, preacher, Rev, we up because show us how to get to the success, how we get the people at the conference, man. Right? I don't want to hear about banners, how we get the people at the conference. That's why you're here. And so if I'm going to be effective in feeding you and closing you out, somebody just got there. So, see, y'all gonna believe me after a while. I just told you. I just told you. And somebody just, I'm not gonna say your name. It's your right, your prerogative. But somebody said, you know what, that is true. Let me go ahead and get it right now. And so that's one less spot available at the discounted rate tonight, because I told you it's a cap on how many people can do it. So you need to hurry up, because my ability to sell out events, sell programs, courses, whatever, is linked to my ability to know my audience and their need. And guess what? So is yours. Could it be? Oh man, my boy, one of my best friends, Pastor Anthony PG. Love you, man. Honor you, bro. Honor you're on. A lot of us, our events are trash and they don't work because you're speaking to people that ain't coming. Why? I want to get ahead of myself. But part of the reason is because we only know how to duplicate and we don't know how to innovate. Boy, I feel my teacher waking up. Okay, I'm going to say that again because 10 of y'all need to hear that. If you haven't shared, share. Your people are up. Let's go. Your conference sucks. It's late night. I'm sorry. I'm going to delete it. Your conference sucks. It's trash. Nobody's coming. Nobody's registering. Nobody's sponsoring. Nobody's giving money. Nobody's paying for entry. Why? Because you know how to replicate, but you don't know how to innovate. And so, hallelujah, because you're just duplicating and copying what other folks are doing, you're getting other people's audience. This is so good. I'm helping myself. If you only borrow everybody else's model because it was successful for them, you have to realize the success of their model spoke to the nature of their crowd. And if y'all don't have the same crowd, you're wasting your time. You're talking to people that aren't coming. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Hear this. Example. Let's say there's a successful marriage conference that you're familiar with, right? A couple at your church or somebody in your city, and they do a huge marriage conference every year. People come, they sell out, they have great speakers, they meet budget, they have nice sponsors. Cool. You're trying to do a youth conference, okay? If you take their model whole cloth for how they promote their marriage conference, hear me, and you try to duplicate it for your youth conference, chances are, and there are very few cookie cutter answers here, but chances are it's not going to work well because that approach, come here, was aimed at married couples. So if you use that approach because it worked for them, if you use that for your youth conference, the youth are not listening. Y'all hear? Because that approach was for an audience that don't belong to you. And so the first reason, I got to hurry, y'all ain't talking to me. The first reason your conference may not be working is because in all of your branding, all of your promo, all of your advertising, you're speaking to people that ain't coming. They're not your people. You borrowed a model. Okay. Let me give you number 2. Now, again, somebody else, if you're just coming in, more of you all are sharing. I appreciate that. You need to go right now. All of my conference hosts, I don't care if you do conventions, convocations, retreats, summits, um, whether it's a business conference, a ministry conference of straight faith or hybrid, if it's an online conference, in person, doesn't matter. I have put together the entire blueprint for how to host events. And I want to be very clear because I'm speaking to my audience. I know what you're looking for. I know I've been there. Okay. I've sat on that side of the screen and said, God, please send me somebody that can show me how to do what I'm trying to figure out. What I'm saying to you is that here's my twofold promise. If you want to host conferences that have more people and make more money, it's very, very simple. Let me cut to you ain't got time for filler. You don't have time for pep rally. You want playbook. Am I talking right? I know my people. I know who I'm assigned to. I know who's assigned to my voice. You don't want the pep rally, save the bells and whistles. Give me the playbook. Show me what to do. I'm smart enough to paint by numbers. That's what you're saying. I'm smart enough. You show me where the blue goes. You show me where the red goes. You show me how to put this together. I'm gonna put it together. I need a blueprint. I can build it. I've got the work ethic. That's what you're saying. I've got the drive. I've got the passion. I've got the hunger. I just need a blueprint. That's good. My promise to you is that if you go to conferenceandtheclick.com, you're going to get the blueprint. Your event, one more time, will have more people. It will make more money. And because I'm invested in you tonight, this is thousands of dollars worth of content, 74 pages worth of just straight information. If you enter GROW at checkout, see it on the screen, conferenceandtheclick.com, enter GROW at checkout. It's going to take $75 off right away. And you're going to get a copy of my free book, 10 Commandments for a Growing Church. So as I go to number 2, I want you to make a move now and invest in you. You've been trying to figure it out. And my question is, why are you trying to figure out what's already been figured out? Why are you wasting time that you should be using to execute, trying to figure out stuff that's already been handled for you? Hello. Okay. So that's that. Number 2, but Pastor Pete, no. Bro, it's a pandemic. I thought the pandemic was over. It is not. It's a pandemic. But if I can't say nothing about it because, you know, it's so many examples of it, but all of them are so easily offended. So call me, we'll talk. All right. Here's the second reason your conference isn't working. Let me give it to you like this. Number 2, this one's good. Your conference isn't working. I'm just going to say it because you're focused on programming and not on people. Y'all not hearing me. Y'all not hearing me. Y'all not hearing me. Let's say it again. Why is my conference not working? I'm going to tell you straight. You're focused on programming and not people. Yeah. I'm just going to be very honest with you. Wow. Thank you so much, Mary Wilson. I honor you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. One more time. You're focused. Why is my conference not working? You're focused on programming and not people. Listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully. Conferences, events, even have to be approached. Jennifer, oh, wait a minute. I gotta stop here. If you are not following Jennifer Trotter, 1, where have you been? 2, you just don't want to be happy in your singleness, huh? 3, fix that mistake now. That is my sister. That's my friend. But more importantly, she is a gift to an entire generation. You owe it to yourself to involve her, include her in your social diet. Follow her now. I'm going to leave her name up on the screen for a minute. Just like I said with Pastor PG, follow him and follow her. Now, Conferences have programs, but conferences are about people. Okay. I'll say that again. Conferences have agendas, they have schedules, they have runs of shows. Yeah, all of that necessary. But conferences are about people. And the reason some of ours are not working is because we have put a premium, bless you, Ricardo, on programming at the expense of people. Now, when you say programming or people, what do you mean we just get people there and we just, what do y'all want to talk about? No, not at all. You have to have structure. But when I'm talking about focusing on the programming and not the people, what I mean is this. A lot of us, this is so good. I'm very glad I'm sharing this because this is a refresher for me. A lot of us fail to realize, please hear me, that if you're going to host a conference that people are going to have to register for, people are going to have to travel for. Let me say this, and I'm throwing this in for free. Conference hosts, you got to stop looking at the cost of your registration as the level of investment for your attendees. The cost of registration for most of us is one of the lowest pieces of their actual investment. Watch this. YLC general registration was $150. YLC, we announced it a year in advance. Who can't come up with $150 in a year, right? Anybody that wants to be there can be there. But coming to YLC is not a $150 expense. Watch. You need to hear this because this will impact your placement. This will impact your pricing. This will impact your programming. Coming to YLC is a $150 ticket registration. But coming to YLC is also a flight. So now my 150 has become 450. But it's not just a flight. It's a hotel. That hotel is $120 a night plus tax, $170 a night. I'm gonna be there for 3 nights. So my 450, I'm at 850 now. Well, wait, I'm not fasting the whole time I'm there. I gotta eat, Don. If I eat, breakfast, lunch, dinner, yeah, my 850, I'm at 1,000. Don't forget though, I got to get a babysitter for the kids. That costs money. I'm at 1,300. Y'all with me? When I get to Atlanta, I'm not gonna rent a car. I got an Uber back and forth from where I'm staying. Wait a minute, that's let me get this right. I'm at 1,600. They gonna raise an offering. Oh, they gonna raise an offering. Y'all hear what I'm saying? So if I'm gonna give an offering, I'm at $2,000. No, the conference is 150. No, the registration is 150. The conference is 2,000. Y'all not hearing me. Y'all not hearing me. So when I talk about the reason why your conference isn't working is because you're emphasizing programming over people, you've got to hear me. The people that are coming are making an investment. Even if they're local, they got to take off work. They got to get babysitters. They got to. It's an investment. Registration is $5 and you don't have to stay at the hotel. If it's just my time, it's still an investment. You with me? So if they're going to invest to come to the thing you said God gave you, you can't be so caught up in executing a program, come here, that fits your preference that you forsake the needs and the desires of the people. Can I give it to you like, hey, Sister Morrison, so glad. You ain't even gonna believe me, but I prayed for you and your husband by name today because I cannot wait for God to do what I'm believing he's going to do because I need, Sister Glenda, What did Mordecai say to Esther? Perhaps you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this. I need you to hear that word tonight, but that's not what we're talking about right now. All right. So hear me well. Hear me well. And this is why some of y'all need to do what somebody else just did and go to conferenceandaclick.com and get it while it's discounted. Because once these last, it was 25, I don't know how many people ago that was. But once they're gone, you back at full price. You need to move now. But you got to look at yourself. Check this out. Look at your conference with the understanding that what they want is more important than what I want to see. Okay. What my audience wants, what they need is more important, okay, than what I want to see. Can I say this? I'm on that same point. I'm on 2 of 3. Please hear me. Conferences that are going to be effective cannot be about your own personal preferences. Here's how the Lord gave it to me. And again, you really need to go download it now while you can. Conferences, hosting a conference is a lot like being a 5-star Michelin chef. Okay. Not a short order cook. I'm not talking about Waffle House. I'm talking about a Michelin star chef, an executive chef in a 5-star restaurant. A chef, hear me, that runs and owns a restaurant understands, watch me. Yes, there's a love for the culinary art. Yes, there's a love for the presentation and for the science behind how we express ourselves through food. But a chef that owns a restaurant also understands, come here, we got to pay the bills at the end of the month. Yeah. A chef that owns a restaurant understands we have to cover inventory and we got to cover cost and we have to pay staff and we have to be compliant with all of we have to, in other words, we got to make money. Watch me. I'm going somewhere. And the chef that's smart understands that if my restaurant is going to make money, it requires customers. Watch me. And if we're going to have customers, that requires me to serve some food that might not be my preference. You're not going to have a profitable restaurant if you only serve what you like. Come on here. You have a very unique niche palate. If you're going to be a restaurant that is profitable and open to the public, you've got to think in terms of what the public wants to consume. And a lot of us, our conferences are not working because we build them for ourselves instead of for the needs of the people. Mhm. I'm just going to be very honest with you. I'm just very honest with you. I don't mean no harm. I have to be very honest with you. All right. Love you guys that are coming in. Hit the share button. Your comments are coming in bulk or in batch. So forgive me if I don't say your name. I charge it to my head, not my heart. We charge it to StreamYard. Don't be mad at me at all. But with YLC, this late night, it's midnight mentorship. This ain't gonna stay up, I don't think. YLC is over. I can say what I want to say. There were times with YLC where I would invite certain speakers. I'm gonna say it. There were times I'd invite certain speakers that I wasn't a fan of. I wasn't that impressed, right? I didn't, oh my God, I got to hear what so-and-so has to say. I'm not going to the session. Hear me. Not because they don't have anything good to say. We never brought people that weren't credible and fruitful and impactful. They just weren't my preference. Y'all hear me? Their ministry is viable, it's necessary, but it's not what I need. I'm the host. This is my conference. I don't I don't want to give you examples because I don't want you to take it the wrong way. But their anointing doesn't destroy my yokes because I'm not yoked in what they're anointed to break up. But what happened? They were on that flyer. You know why? Because while it's my conference, it's not about me and my preferences. The people that I'm called to have to have their needs met because at the end of the day, I'm the chef. I put the menu together. Yeah, you hear me? I put together the flow and the flavors, not just from my palate, but for the people that are assigned to sit at my table. Teach in here, Mark Moore. How where the hearts of the how y'all? I'm not getting enough amens here, and I don't know if I like that. Yeah, I'm the chef. I'm the curator, and so some of the things I put on the menu are not for me. Mothers, there's some mothers in here. Hey, love you guys. There's some mothers in here that know if you have a picky child or a child that's a picky eater, I should say, sometimes that child wants something that you don't even like. It works both ways. I remember when my mother was pregnant I'm the oldest. So I remember when she was pregnant with my little brother and little sister. And I remember my mom went through this phase where she had weird cravings. She wanted combinations of things that didn't make sense. I want ice cream with pickles and any mothers make any mothers out there know what I'm talking about. When you're pregnant, your palate changed some. I've heard of mothers that love spicy food, but when they got pregnant, they couldn't eat nothing spicy, make them sick, and vice versa. I think my mom didn't really like spicy, but when she got pregnant, she was craving spicy stuff and all of that. I'm so grateful that while my mama was pregnant and while she wanted ice cream and pickles or whatever the case is, she didn't make me sit down at the dinner table, y'all getting this, and eat ice cream and pickles. Because my mama understood. Okay, I got some witnesses. Alexis said, yeah, Kool-Aid, pickles, and cream cheese. I just threw up in my mouth. Kool-Aid, pickles, and cream cheese. Wow. Okay, right? But guess what? Guess what? Oh, hey, Samantha, turkey and jalapenos. Craving. Oh, I just wish I had some turkey and jalapenos right now. That's not normal. And I know that your family is glad that they didn't have to sit down at the table and eat turkey and jalapenos, right? Because a wise chef, a wise mama understands just because I like it doesn't mean those assigned to me will. And if you're going to have profitable events, okay, you got to speak. You got to speak to the needs of your people, okay? Okay. I don't know why this thing won't act right. Sister Dove, hey, she said I was craving for real pickles and chips. Lord have mercy. So let me get back to it. I got one more. Now I'm going to say it again. If for whatever reason you've not done so yet, every event host, every meeting planner, every teammate on a conference staff, you need to take advantage of this tonight, right now, while the water's troubled. Go immediately to conferenceandaclick.com. This is my complete, this is my blue, this is your cheat sheet. This is your cheat code. Why are you trying to figure it out when I've already figured it out? Come on, can we be real? I'm talking about conferences. You trying to figure out how to structure things and how do we send out the emails and what do we say to our registrants? We've already done it at a very high level. Use it. That's all. Use it. All right. Go now, conferenceandclick.com. And because you're up with me tonight, I'm giving you $75. I'm already giving it away for what it is. Because I'm be honest, I wrestled even making it what it was, even the normal price is a discount. Because I'm like, yeah, I had to pay thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars in experience and in tuition at the School of Hard Knocks to learn this lesson. Y'all don't understand. Boy, we had one year, 2018, we had a lady that we had hired. God is so good. We had a lady that we had hired to run our sponsorships. And 3 days before the conference, she took $70,000 and left the country. Y'all don't hear me. Yeah, yeah. What? That's crazy. Yeah, yeah, I know. Tell me about it. I'm aware. I was there. I was there. I was right there. Yeah, these are things that we had to live. Jasmine, love it. Jasmine was there. She knows what I'm talking about. These are lessons. I'm sorry. This thing is tripping. These are lessons that we had to learn the hard way that you don't have to learn because we already did it. Y'all following me? So go now. You're going to save $75, enter grow at checkout. And I'm going to give you a copy of my free book, or a free copy, I should say, of my new book, 10 Commandments for a Growing Church. When that comes out, you're going to get it, but you got to move now. Jasmine says, I remember the look on your face. You were right there. Jasmine was right there with me. She at the conference, her and her sister German, they assisted my mom and kind of served her throughout the conference. So you were right. You were in those back rooms when we were, I mean, distraught. You understand? We didn't have corporate sponsors and millions of dollars backing us. It was all grassroots. And some of y'all that do events at a large level, you know that when you're using convention centers and $100,000 plus venues, you pay in phases. So you give a certain percentage at the time of signing just to secure the date. Folks think, well, it's like a restaurant. You go, and when you're done, you get a bill. No, you get the first bill when you sign. You get the second bill before you do what's called load in. I'm teaching really good right now. You get the second bill before you do load in. Load in is moving in your equipment, moving in your sound, moving in all your stuff, right? And that's a huge invoice. Okay. You get the final bill at the end, facility charges and all that extra stuff. So for us to be, again, grassroots, we haven't had an offering yet. We ain't got to the conference. And for this lady to steal $70,000 the day before, it was 3 days before the conference, which was the day before load-in, because the size that we were, it took several days to do the load-in, right? So we're scrambling. I'm moving every little dollar I have over to this account, trying to see, can we open up registration early to try to get a couple more $1,000 from people to sign up, knowing they're coming back. It was crazy. But here's the point I'm making. I already took that hit. So the lessons that I learned on how to avoid that and how to get those things together and how to make sure your stuff is structured. When I tell you we got it all laid out, we got it all laid out. And you can skip the pain part and get to the profitable part. Go now, conferenceontheclick.com. Enter grow at. Wow, Jasmine, you took me back. We sure were selling wristbands. Oh my God. People just don't know. Man, people don't know. We were selling the wristbands, trying to raise a little extra money so that we could move into the building. If we can just get to the first offering, we should be all right. But I don't know if we. Wow. Yeah. So I say all that to say my losses are your lessons. Okay. Okay. Last thing. Last thing. Last thing. Number one, some of our conferences are not working because we talk to people that aren't coming. You borrowed another model, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. And that model was built for that audience. Okay. Number two, we focus on programming and not people. I want to see such and such on the program. Yeah, but the people that are coming don't care nothing about that. That's a personal preference. And if this is going to be a conference, it's got to be about the people, not your preference. Okay. But here's number three. Third reason that our conferences are not working is because for too many of us, we don't highlight originality. Oh boy, I don't think y'all are hearing me. For too many of us, we don't highlight originality. Our approach is, just think with me, bring your mind to the conversation. Our approach is, let me see how close I can make this to such and such. Yeah. let me see how close I can make this look to that event or to this conference. Let me see how close I can get to being associated with this. Okay. Now, here's the problem with that. The problem with that is when we try to get as close as we can to something that people have already seen, here's the problem. I just said it. People realize, wait a minute, I've seen this already. Yeah. And a lot of us, y'all better hear me. A lot of us are complaining and critiquing and criticizing people. We're mad at people. We're disgusted with people. We're over people. We're church hurt. We're conference hurt. We family hurt, right? Because what we're saying is that people won't support. People won't show up. People don't care. We're doing all of these crazy statements. When the truth of the matter is, it's not that people won't support. The problem is they supported it when they saw it the first time. They're not obligated to support a vision that you stole from somebody else. Lord, help me preach. God is not obligated to bless and breathe on a concept you took from someone else he gave it to. Y'all hear? And when, I'm done, when we fail to highlight originality, when we fail to ask God to give us our own, and I want to be very clear, Lord, please let me make this clear. I'm not at all talking against inspiration. There's nothing new under the sun. That's what your Bible says. But there's a difference between being inspired by, come on here, and being a carbon copy of. A good, let me help you. A good conference should have elements of a wide range of different tones and tenors and perspectives and flows and outlet and outlines. You hear what I'm saying? That's what a good conference should have. But when you fail to highlight originality, people have seen it already, and they've made a decision already that they're either going to support it and rock with it, or they're not. And let me just be real with you, you forfeit your right to complain about a lack of support if you have not given them something original to stand behind. Okay? All right. I gotta get on the plane in a few hours. I gotta go. But I hope you heard what I said. I hope you got it. I hope you took it to heart. Because if you would make these adjustments, I'm telling you, you're going to see immediate dividends. So as I close, I'm going to bed. This cold is going away. So you need to move now. Conferenceandaclick.com. Enter GROW. That one word, type it in at checkout. There's a space for you to put the code. Enter the code GROW. And it's going to immediately take $75 whole off. And I don't even know why I'm doing this part. If you go get it now, If you go get it now, if you're going to do it now, okay. Yeah, you're going to get a free copy of my new book, 10 Commandments for the Growing Church, when that comes out. Okay. So it's up to you. Do you want to grow? Do you want to learn? Do you want to get better? If so, prove it. Go to the link, conferenceandtheclick.com, enter grow at checkout, and do yourself that favor. All right. Love you guys. Thank God for you. This has been another Midnight Mentorship. I will see you all